Hello, in this video we will be transforming mobs into Skibidi Toilets. We'll start with the villager. He lives in a beautiful village, but out of all this beauty, only he is needed. So we're taking him with us. We find the villager model in the list and start removing everything that's not needed. Hands, legs, everything can be removed. They won't be needed anyway. A toilet with hands would look strange. We apply the same procedure to the legs as well. I think he won't need them either. Now we need to do something with his head. We move it to the right place and don't forget about his nose too. Just look at what's left of him. In the end, I'm sure he won't recognize himself. What do you think of this? Do you like it? Now we begin working on his body. First we move it to the right position and then we start painting it. As a proper toilet should be, it will be white. We start working on the back part of the toilet, gradually adding details and cubes to it. After some small adjustments, he now has the body of a toilet and looks completely different. Next, we need to create the lower part and then finish adding the tank. We continue to create a base for him, and perhaps adding more details to his backside is still necessary. Now we can get to it, and we won't make it too complicated by adding more details. After all of this, we finally move on to the tank. It's not too complicated. We create one side and then mirror it to the other. Now it looks much better, but we just need to add a flush button. We're almost there. He's pretty much ready now. We just need to add that button and we'll be good to go. That's it. Now let's take a look at him in the game. Just look at that. They even kept their vests on. It looks strange but fun. Overall, I like how he looks. Indeed, now you have a beautiful village of Skibidi Toilets. Isn't it cool? The next target for our transformation will be the ordinary zombie. It spawns at night, chases after villagers, and you're probably quite familiar with it. I won't comment on that either. Let's take a look at it and move on to the transformation. His body does somewhat resemble that of a cameraman, so let's start with painting. We'll begin with his legs, drawing him some pants and coloring them on both sides. We shouldn't need to make many changes to his body. It's already quite similar. Now let's start detailing the suit, beginning with the shirt collar, and then we'll gradually work our way to the jacket. Now we'll fully detail the jacket, adding all the necessary elements. And let's not forget the shirt sleeves sticking out from the jacket at the end. In comparison to the previous one, there's a bit more work here. We've almost finished with the costume, just a bit more to do on the sleeves and it'll be ready. Then we can move on to the head. As you mentioned, let's not forget about the ends of the shirt sticking out from under the jacket. Now it's just a matter of shaping the camera in place of the head. So we shape it, and in the end, don't forget to paint it. It may not look great right now, but it will be awesome when it's done. We paint all sides in the camera's color, and let's not forget about the lens as well. In just a few seconds, you'll see it in the game. I'm sure it will be interesting. I can sense your excitement. That's what we've got. I like it. Just look at that. Now, instead of chasing after villagers, he's chasing after Skibidi Toilets. Write in the comments who you're rooting for, the cameramen or the Skibidi Toilets. Indeed, now you can organize an invasion of cameramen. Let's take a look at the regular iron golem, quietly standing and protecting his village and its villagers. Why don't we turn him into Speakermen? So we approach him and take him with us. We push him along and head into the program. First, we'll completely take it and replace its head, move it to the right place. Underneath it, we'll outline its continuation. It should be a speaker, not a head, but first, we'll make 2 speaker out of it. Like this, we make 2 of these. After that, we move on to the small head. It will be more challenging to make it. I think it's the most difficult part of what I've done in this video so far. We've managed with that as well. Now, equally important, we need to fully color everything, draw all the details. We add small details and proceed to its backside. There should be as many as 4 of these things, so let's get started and make them. I think everyone saw what it looked like in the photo. Let's make something similar. Like this, I think it looks similar. Now let's do everything as before. We need to paint everything again, drawing the same things we drew on the head. It was the same way on his, right? I think so. Now let's work on the body of this iron golem. We need to make some adjustments to fit it under the body of Speakermen. In principle, there won't be any major changes here. After coloring and moving the arms closer to the body, we still need to do a little more work on him. We will add the lower part. It will look great. While the regular golem body is quite similar, it still requires some adjustments, so let's do that. And then we can start painting everything. Now we can start painting. There are a lot of work here. The lower part, the arms, the gloves, All of this needs to be painted. Write in the comments which mob you like more. Personally, I like this one the most. So, we finished painting and it looks ready, but it still lacks details on the back, so we will start making them. We move all of this to the right place, and that's basically it. There are just a couple of final touches left, and we will see it all in the game. I think it's going to look fantastic. Just look at this, it looks great, I like it. The villagers have a new defender, now it will protect the village instead of the iron golem. Look, it can even attack cameramen, of course. It's not realistic. We all know what happens in videos about them, but still. Now let's take a spider. Here it is, crawling. We'll turn it into a Skibidi spider. I think it will be cool. I hope he won't mind, even though no one asked him. After all, it's better than being a regular spider, right? Let's take him with us and start the transformation. We'll shorten his legs a bit, starting with one side and then doing the same for the other. I'll understand the purpose behind it later, I'm sure. Now let's start creating his legs. We'll make them white, just like before, on both sides. After all of this, we'll move on to the body. All right, we select him and move him in the desired direction. As you can see, it's not difficult. Now, let's not forget about his head. We move that to the right place as well. Now we move a white platform underneath. This will be the toilet bowl. We start creating the edges of the toilet bowl, making small walls. I think this should be enough for the bowl's structure. We do the same with the front and back sides. Now, let's proceed with painting. We paint everything white. The edges, the tank, all the dark pixels. Leave no empty spaces. After that, as usual, we'll add the flush button in the end. Here's what it actually looks like in the game. Isn't it cute? I think it turned out well. At least it looks like Skibidi the spider. Now we want to show you which mob will be stronger. We will arrange a mini tournament where we will show you which Skibidi mob from ours will be stronger. First, we will have Cameraman versus Skibidi Toilet. As you can see, the Skibidi Toilets immediately started running in different directions. I think this round will go to the Cameramen. Sooner or later, they will catch up with them, and that's it. Of course, it might take some time. They are indeed very fast. But in principle, we already know the winner. I didn't expect them to behave like this. In other videos, they are stronger. Now let's watch Skibidi Spider versus Speakermen. Here, I think this big guy will win. What do you think? Despite there being more Skibidi Spiders, I'm confident they will still be weaker. Well, that's what needed to be proven. Now they will finish off the remaining Skibidi Spiders. They are quite strong fellows. Perhaps in the next round, you'll need to spawn more cameramen. Now, the most interesting part, who will win? There's a huge crowd of them, and in principle, I don't even know who will win now. Both sides are strong, but there can only be one winner. Let's watch and find out. The cameramen are starting to corner them, but they're defending themselves well. Will they be able to push them back? In the end, they are stronger. We've seen that the cameramen are stronger. Don't forget to like, subscribe to the channel, and see you in the next videos.